Hello again, this is Kelly Borsheim at Borsheimarts.com, and I'm working on a marble carving called Helping Hands. Sort of started off as a dance move. Anyway, I've been looking at the arms today because you might be able to see what a great day that we've had. And so I'm not, it's a little bit cold, but anyway, it's sort of the end of my day because the light's going to be gone fast. But what I've been doing is looking at things like this arm and the hands. I started to put a little bit of shape into his hands today. They're still very, very blocky looking, but the main thing I have to do is think right now and then start taking things away slowly. But I don't like straight lines in the body very often. And so what I'm trying to do is figure out, here's the deltoid muscle on her. Also, you can't see this with the video, but if I touch it, maybe if I go over here you can see, it's a little bit too straight. If you touch a real human being, you don't feel a plane that's straight for quite that long. So I need to not let the hair bother me as far as rounding the form here. The hair may drop lower and that's fine, but I need for this to go around. It's better on this side, but anyway, when I looked at this, when I stood back, I just didn't like how straight it's getting. I started to do some of this curving on the deltoid, but now I want to really draw on the muscle here and put a curve in here, put a curve in there, let the bicep, and actually inside the arm it would be a little bit of the tricep that I would see depending on my angle. Coming through, so I get some rock and roll going here. This arm is twisted so that her hand can come up to the side here. That rotates the belly of the muscle up here instead of off to the side, okay? So I'm thinking about those things. I started to round the lower arm here, and then from this point of view, look how straight it is. I don't really care for that. And it could be that I can come in here still, not give her such a big elbow joint, and cruise on up, but I have to remember that her hands are again twisting, so the belly of the muscle is going to be tight, and then her wrist is the wrist is a block-like form. I need to keep it square, but in this case the thin end will be pointing towards the sky. So another thing I did, because I'm sure you want to know every little detail that I'm thinking, right? Over here on his hand, I've got a flat hand, but I left sort of a belly of a thumb here that I'm trying to get. Now what you see here is a mark because I'm trying to measure both thumb distances to be somewhat similar, but also the thumb, if you put your palm under your chin and measure up, it usually goes to about mid-eye or something like that. So I was measuring as best I could from his face to his eye to get some kind of height indication or length indication for the wrist to the thumb. And then of course the longer fingers will be over here. So I'm bouncing around a lot, but I tend to do this toward the end of the day because some piece of advice I got when I was younger always was, if you want to stop writer's block, leave a sentence half done or some, so that the next morning you kind of know where to pick up on it. So this is what I've been doing. I've been trying to round edges here. See on the knee like this? It's starting to feel good. It's rounded. And I'm not going to totally round into this. I don't need all that detail in it. It's not really the point. But here I'm trying to make fun curves, trying to get underneath his arm there to have you see, have it feel like, but there's some places like that where the knee meets the elbow. The elbow's not actually sinking into the knee there, but I'm going to try to keep it abstract enough so that that stuff doesn't really bother you. So here's another thing I was going to point out that I've been looking at. I had started yesterday to work on making the inner knees thing because her legs are kind of coming together. Let's see if I can get an angle here. Well, you've got some hip. Where is that? Yeah, so okay, maybe that's the wide angle of the phone that's not good, but I need her knees to come in towards here, and then oops, maybe it's just somebody passing through. Anyway, I want her knees to go down. This knee is actually coming up higher, and this other leg, if you can see from this side over here, the leg is extended more, so the knee is lower. I want it, and her hand, the grouping of the arms are lower. And I wanted this because I don't like perfectly symmetrical anything. And so I'm trying to work on the inside of the leg. Now, one thing I will say is I don't want to have a little crease here because normally even in a dress that's figure full, it would go around the thigh. So I'm not going to have that right now. because it'll collect water. So thanks for watching.